Now, we never talked about this story, and this is an old story, I guess. Not real old, but maybe 3 weeks or maybe. Mississippi
Now,
cop.
y'all can look at this photo and tell something not right, right? A little boy and a police officer. And it's not all good ending.
Mississippi cop no longer employed after detaining a 10-year-old child for urinating in public.
So he peed outside.
Yeah. A police department in northwestern Mississippi was embroiled in controversy earlier this month. That's why I said it may have been a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. After officers took a 10-year-old boy into custody for urinating behind his mother's car. Now, one of the officers
gotten us a lot because we did side of the road stuff.
Now, and you know that's against the law.
I know.
Now, one of the officers is no longer employed, and others involved will be disciplined.
How much is the ticket, you think, if we do get in trouble for peeing on the side of the road?
I don't know,
because that happens a lot.
What are you doing, Mom? Oh, my mother in there listening to this story. She listened to our show like she watched TV. Reports show that while LaTanya Eason was receiving legal advice, an officer allegedly interrupted the meeting to inform her that he caught her son urinating behind the car. The child said he decided to do so because he thought the attorney's office didn't have a restroom. LaTanya says the officer was satisfied with her handling the matter, like a mom, by setting her son straight. He was like, you handled it like a mom. He can get back in the car, right? So we thinking it's over, right? However, various other officers soon arrived. Remember we talked about that? Mm-hmm. Why do I see 5 police cars pulling over somebody for a speeding ticket?
Right.
Y'all don't have nothing else to do.
And this person's not on the run. They don't have a warrant for their arrest. When we were pulled over for speeding, another cop came with the one cop that pulled us over. And I'm thinking, he didn't put nothing in the computer saying that these ladies are on the run. They got a warrant. Why you need to come and help him fill out the paperwork?
And if you do one, 3, remember I told you I was in that one place and there was 4 police officers showed up. I was sitting there eating my breakfast sandwich. And he's like, your license plate is dirty. And I was like, okay, I'll clean it when I get home. And then he was like, I don't like you. I was getting smart. Like, I'll get it clean when why? That's why you pull me over.
Yeah.
Or I don't need 5 cops to do that.
Yeah.
You could be by yourself.
Did we ask that in Citizens Academy?
Yeah. One they justify, but not 3 or 4
they
cars.
They never answered that, did they?
They answered for 1, not for more than one other car. But the thing is, and then they got a call. And he said, oh, we got to go now, but just clean up your license plate. And I thought to myself, y'all, number 1, y'all didn't have nothing else to do. And number 2, it was a way for y'all to all get out and talk with each other. That's what that was.
Because you said how many?
It was a social hour.
How many came to your door that one time?
Oh, we had in
the
Chicago.
Noise, calling for the noise.
My neighbor upstairs said that we had a party, and it was really a TV that was on, and it wasn't even that loud. It was some young stupid boy who just moved in upstairs, and he called the cops. I looked out my peephole. The whole hallway was full of cops.
For a noise ordinance.
I opened my door. And you could tell they knew that I was like, I opened my door and I said, yeah. And then the one police officer, I guess he was the main one because he was the one at the front, at the door. Uh-huh. The rest of them was in the hallway, like a party. We got a call that there's a party. And I look.
It's just you, right?
Do it sound like it's a party? He said, no, we listened before we came. He said, just turn the TV. If you got your TV up, I said, was my TV turned up too loud? He was like, he couldn't say nothing. My TV wasn't even loud. And I looked, and I said, y'all. And he was just like,
how many was it, what you think? 8?
Oh, my God.
A good 8 of them?
At least 8. Like they coming to break up a party. It had to be at least 8 in the hallway. And that was a small hallway. As far as my eye could see, it was cops. And they talking to each other. That's social hour for y'all. That's social hour. In Chicago.
God. Yeah. Because
I know y'all got stuff to do in Chicago.
oh my God, a few you can just stay outside and find some stuff. You don't all need to be in the hallway. Go get somebody's radio. Is up.
However, various other officers soon arrived at the scene. One allegedly declared that the child had to be detained, leaving the mother speechless.
He's 10, right?
Yeah. The cop who showed up, who gave the citation, is the one that said, okay, thank you for talking to him about doing that. Don't do that again. You know, and then you handled it like a mom. It was the other cops who showed up.
In our Citizens Academy class that we went to, when citizens can go, we have asked cops personally, why do y'all each do different things when y'all pull over people or when you're trying to come to a situation? They couldn't answer because they got to go by the book. And according to the book, they all need to go by the book. One may come and say, green. The other one will come and say red, and you're like,
and it says he wasn't put in handcuffs, but he was taken to the police station and cited as a child in need of services.
And this is other cops coming. This is not the main cop who assessed the situation, dealt with the parent, and then it should have been nothing else said.
Now here's a guy who's a former cop. He said he saw this story. He showed it to his wife and said, this is sickening. Does it take 5 cops to show up on a scene and confront a 10-year-old boy?
10-year-old boy for peeing outside his mom's car. He didn't pee on the building and the
chief says the department will get training and the officers are no longer employed.
They should have gotten training when they first entered in police academy.
But that's not even training. That's common sense.
I'm thinking in the books. When y'all sitting there, when we are sitting there in these Citizens Academy classes, we're asking you to your face, how do you make this determination when you do this? How do you do this when that? And they all gave answers by the book. Because we went to more than 2 citizen classes in different police in different areas. They all say by the book. But why they don't follow the book when they are physically there?
And you also have to understand for officers, when you say by the book, it's still interpretation.
Yeah.
It's like a judge.
Like a lawyer.
A judge too. A judge is going to say that I'm following the law, but I have an array of things that I can do within my own interpretation of what's going on.
That's scary.
Well, you have to. You can't follow the law because there's circumstances.
But think about it. If we're thinking futuristic.
Oh, well, AI is going to follow the law.
AI is straight.
Yeah, that's straight. That's straight. An AI would arrest him.
Yeah.
Public urination. You 5-year-old. Come on, buddy.
Maybe not. Because it's a certain age. Maybe AI would have said, you just get a ticket. Where's your mother's name? I don't know.
See, you still got to have in circumstances. What if it's an adult who has a child mind?
I don't know.
AI still gonna treat him like you see what I'm saying?
Because he's an adult.
You can't do that. You gotta have human.
They probably won't be able to go AI on this one. You got officers.
No, you said it's going to be, but not in this.
I know.
In a drug deal, or something, a murder or something. Yeah. Send RoboCop in,
but 10-year-old boy,
but not a human cop. For I walked across the street without on the line, jaywalking. A human cop. I threw a bag out the window. I hate when people do that. I threw a bag out. I littered. A human cop.
Yes.
Not RoboCop.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Let's see. Rosebud says, if they don't leave her hair alone, I think she looked beautiful. No, Nicole. Emerald says, they are always dissing her for no reason. I agree. William says, I bet you it's the ones who doesn't have anything going on for themselves. Yes. Rosebud said, yes, I was locked for 17 years. I was so happy. Oh, locks. When I never had to worry about humidity. Emerald says, everyone knows that you sweat it out when exercising. And Emerald says, you know what they say, haters are going to hate. Wendy says, it's Sandra Bullock with black kids. It's Sandra Bullock with black kids. Yes, she has two black kids.
She know how to take care of their hair?
You saying she don't know how to probably do their hair? Yeah, probably.
That's one thing of having a black child. Depending on the type of
Rosebud
texture.
says training. Mm-hmm. There's white moms with biracial kids that don't know how to do their kids' hair. But they ask people, right? You're supposed to ask people.
And you can get away these days now with the free.
It don't matter.
It's a freestyle now.
It don't matter.
You don't even have to comb it.
Yeah, you're
just kind of mess with it and go.
Okay. Now, I always try to show Instagram